The Dyson DC20 Stowaway of much filth, if you remember from the before video, is done. Lovely little refurb job this was. Simply a case of stripping it apart, washing it, putting it back together. Has it improved things at all though? Well, let's see if it's gone from a dice can't to a dice can. God, that's a rubbish joke. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? The lady up the road is very happy with me, someone's got to be, because it is done, fixed and works. I saw her this morning of filming this, not this morning, I said, oh, it's nearly done, just got to wait for the filter to arrive. Didn't say that I had to film the after video, so yeah, she said, oh good, yes, and so we'll get this done and I'll message her and drop it round tonight. So this came up surprisingly well. It was just filthy inside and out, utterly disgusting, but a good wash, good polish, good scrub up has it working fairly well indeed. So what have we here? Well, this is the main turbine tool. And obviously I haven't been able to wash all that bit. I probably should have done a better job of cleaning it up, but 10 minutes of use, that's going to be filthy again. That's come up very well. This is destroyed, sadly, they always, and this is the problem with machines, Dyson, Vax, any brand really, with the clear heads. They look lovely on the promotional pictures and sat in the store not being used, but as soon as you use them, they get destroyed. My Dyson V11 is already looking filthy. I should probably wipe it down, but then when I wipe it down, it's going to be covered in scratches. Because obviously all the grit gets flung straight around. It's why the cyclone bins always go. It is a gimmick that I do not fully approve of. The hard floor tool. Gosh, a lot of fluff came out of this brush strip. A lot of fluff. But that is very nice. Very clean. That's about all I can really say about that. There's only like 3 parts of this. You take those 2 screws out and this top cover comes off. Then you pop the brushes out, take the wheels out, and that's it. Very nice little boring tool. And this little miniature turbine tool is nice and clean as well. Now I do now remember where and why I saw this before, because Emma had given it to me before, and I remember now, there's a white fan inside this housing here. That's what turns the brush roll, it's what catches the air. And they have a habit of shattering. They develop a crack as the plastic ages, and then as soon as they develop a crack, it opens up and the actual fan spins on the axle. And I'd glued up the one that was in here before for her, and it still worked fine. However, as I had them both apart, and it doesn't happen very often, I had a brainwave. They're the same part. In fact, the turbines on these 2 tools, the actual innards, are almost identical. The only thing stopping you from swapping the entire unit out is the length of the metal axles that the brush roll sits on. So what I've done instead is taken the absolutely fine white turbine fan that was in this and fitted it to this, because this is going to get more use than this. And the glued up one had lasted for several years, so it obviously was fine, but I thought, just to be sure, I'll swap them round. So I has done a bodge, and now this has a glued up white turbine assembly thing, and this has a lovely non-cracked beautiful one. So yeah, a little tip for you there, you can swap those round. Oh, excuse me. So what is next? Well, we have the hose working very nicely. I hadn't realised actually until it was too late that there was a spring missing from this. That one's okay. This one's missing its spring, but it still holds it. You can still take it on and off to obviously use the two small tools that come with this. This has been taken apart, cleaned and polished, although I can't get rid of the wear. This is such an, I won't say a rude word, annoying thing to take apart. You can split all three bits. Don't recommend it though. So the Stowaway wand has been cleaned. I shall take off the hose so that we can have some more space. We'll have a look at the machine itself. Now this is possibly the biggest part of the transformation really. The Cyclone came up an absolute treat with just a clean wash, polish and a bit of a finishing with some silicone. It is gorgeous once more. If you open it up, in there is now spotless. There's all that stuck on gunk down there. That is gone. There's just a little remains from where I turned it on and checked it all working there. That was awful. Absolutely awful in there. These do fill themselves up quite a lot. They always have done ever since the DC20 is quite bad for it as well. But now it just smells like G101 and Sif, which is a much more pleasant aroma. This has all been cleaned. It's in very good condition actually, underneath all of the dirt. If I just pop the filter housing, we have a nice pre-motor, post-motor filter, little air freshener that I like to stick in. That was black with carbon. You could have chipped that off before. Now it is nice and clean. This is a machine that has seen some use. If you remember the pre-motor filter, remember how bad that was? Well, this is the exact same filter now. That was just put through the washing machine with the hose. That is how well it came up. In there, there's still the odd remains of the thick plaster dust that was on there. Probably could have got that off with a bit of a soak, but it came off acceptably enough with just a wash and polish. Marvellous. I didn't manage to pet the cord rewind up too much. I did give it a few cheeky turns and it's not bad. Again, this has been, it's better than it was before. This has been in the house all day and these were never the sharpest cord rewind on a vacuum cleaner, admittedly, so that's probably as good as it is going to get. Obviously we have our one small tool. Couldn't find the dusting brush this morning. I think it's fallen off where I put it, so I can't show the dusting brush, but that washed up nicely as well. So we have its one crevice tool. That's why I'm selling this a little bit cheaper. I probably would have tried to ask 60 quid, you know, to get 50, but because I know her for a start, I know that I can ask her for £45 for this and she will be very happy indeed, despite it being an older model. But obviously me boring you to tears with how well it looks is a bit pointless. We need to see how well it now works. So for this we have the thick pile carpet of doom back out. Don't give the game away. And we have the thick pile carpet of doom back out to see if we can get the track marks any deeper. As you heard there, it does work. And that works very, very well, although a little bit annoyingly, the wand doesn't lock into place as well as it did. Let us see if we can do any better. much better all round on both the long pile and the short pile carpet. Don't think I quite got the wand quite right, which is a little bit annoying, but I shall have to look at that and see what I might have done wrong. It's a very fiddly thing, and I wouldn't recommend taking it apart generally. There's not a lot you can do to it really, but we have picked up a fair amount of grit that is sat in the bottom. And all that remains for us to do now is to stow it all away again, haha, because it's a Dyson Stowaway. Supposed to fit into a small cupboard. Certainly the DC08 and DC11 Stowaways were marketed as that. Small, compact. If I had this much cupboard space to fit this, I'd have a big old kitchen. These actually fit quite well together and sit there. So I can stick it in shot, all nicey nice, and say, there we go, we are all done. I've had this for about a year, doing nothing to it, which is a bit silly of me, because it only took a couple of nights to get it from what it was to what it is now. Once I fix whatever's making that not stay out, I think I'll probably just put the bits together the wrong way round. There'll be a clip somewhere that isn't lining up. Little bit annoying. It shall be right as rain, good as new, and ready to go. So, there we are. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.